Hello, everyone. Welcome to the actual finale of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destiny. Well, it's not the technical actual ending because we already hit the actual ending, but this is the last time I'm going to be playing Dual Destiny on stream because I want to go back and see those other bad endings. But you don't get to see those, chat, because I'm too good at the game. Anyways, just note, chat, I may not be streaming as much for, like, the next month or so, because I'll tell you when all of it's over. I think you guys could probably guess what it is, though. You might be figuring out. And also, all my moderators know about it already. So, I just may not be around a lot of work. Because I'll give you a little bit of hint. I got a lot of paperwork to do. So, it's nice that tonight is actually the finishing of a game. So, that way I don't have to worry too much about starting a new one. While I figure all of this stuff out for a bit. But don't worry. It'll be fine. Right? It will. I'm new to all the stuff that I'm doing, or so we'll see. Yeah. But I'll at least be here tomorrow for some, Dokapon Kingdom Connect with Random and Alexa. And, heck, maybe we'll be talking about stuff. Maybe the secret thing of why I may not be streaming for a while, for the next month or so, will finally come up. Also, if you still see me wearing this my Swashbuckler get up tomorrow, please remind me to take it off because it was only supposed to be special for this episode. Because we not swashbuckling in Dokapon Kingdom Connect. I checked. There isn't a Swashbuckler class. So Saturday, I'm not sure what will be happening. Also, I'm probably not going to be writing a schedule for like next month until I'm back in ship shape and ready to go. So yeah, I just have a lot to do. I'm gonna be pretty busy. Not gonna be able to stream much, but I'll try to start some streams in when I can. Will they be Professor Layton? Will they be Mori? I don't know. It depends. It might just be Dokapon Kingdom for the next month or so. But then again, that also might be an issue too because Alexa and I are both dealing with the same. Why I'm so busy is also why Alexa is also going to be very busy for the next month or so. Because, yeah. Like I said, you guys probably figured this out of what I'm referring to at this point. But yeah. I'll definitely keep you guys all updated on Blue Sky. But for now, let's not talk about that. Let's just get our trial in. Take the mustache off. We're in serious business mode right now. We'll only pop our mustache on when we see Sasha pop her mustache on. That sounds weird out of context. What? The ship doctor and the Azora were romantically involved? Allegedly. Well, that's my theory, but I don't actually know if it's really true. Like I said, allegedly. Allegedly. Azura would never get involved with that god-awful ship doctor. But I do admit, they were friends. But that would Azura and Dr. Krabs send Dr. Krabs videos, I wonder? Videos? What do you mean? Azura used to send her boyfriends videos of herself teaching New Yorker tricks. I used to help Azora take the videos on her TV phone. This is an interesting bit of information. So TV phones can shoot video too, huh? But my dumb phone sure can't. Phoenix, you're in your Lord and Savior. You're the year 2027, and you're still not using a smartphone. Wow. These TV phones are amazing. They can even record sounds that you and I can't hear. All equipment we use at Ship Aquarium is high tech. The ship doctor sends away for all kinds of electronics. So all the high tech stuff is Dr. Crab's doing, huh? How much of it is legal? That's an excellent question. How much of it is legal? Anyways, I highly doubt that Azora's boyfriend was the ship doctor. But Dr. Crab found a charm yesterday, and he was really shaken by it. Charm? Hey! Leave that alone! That belonged to Azura! What was Azura's charm doing in Rifle's stomach? That charm just looked like your keepsake of Azura. Yeah, well, she did say she and her boyfriend had matching charms. Were the ship doctor and Azura really a couple? I can't believe it. I think Dr. Crab will be called as a witness today. There are still so many unanswered questions. But I hope to solve them all in today's trial. Because if I don't, we're fucked. And we're going to be here for a while. New RuneScape. I'll also look into it. I'll also look into Dragon Wiles. I'll definitely have to look into it. But then again, the aforementioned, I'll probably be very busy. For like the next month or so. I believe in you too. You can do it. And we will, Sasha! Multiplayer. Co-op. Intriguing. I definitely, like I said, I'll look into it. July 22nd, 9:30 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4, before it gets blown up to smithereens. How many times am I going to make references to? The dragon attack. Like I said, definitely will have to look into it. Court is now in session for the trial of Swashbuckler. The defense is ready. Ah! Taka, what are you doing already? Ready. You gotta let me finish my sentence. Now I'm completely thrown off. Very good. It appears both the prosecution and the defense are ready. I didn't finish my sentence. Excuse me, Your Honor. Technically, I did not finish my sentence. Therefore, it is not clear if I am ready or not. But yes, the defense is ready. Yesterday, it was proven that the Orca was not guilty and that the victim fell to his death. Prosecutor Blackquill, did your investigation of the Orca pool turn up anything? It did. We found a blood stain from the victim at the bottom of the pool. On this. Was that? I feel like we were... Oh my! What a frightening looking rock. And you say it has a blood stain on it? Yes, Your Honor. Right on the top of it. Just looking at it gives me the willies. So can we assume that there was no water in the pool at the time of the incident? Very good. What a clever little deduction. Oh, well, it's nice to get a compliment from the prosecution for a change. Yeah, the judge doesn't get many compliments. Everyone compliment the judge. You have a nice shiny head, Your Honor. Prosecutor Blackwell has completely tamed the judge with his carrot and stick approach. I guess I should have brought a few carrots of my own. Right, moving along. I have prepared a witness. Buckler was the only one who entered that room when there was no water in the pool. The witness will prove that. Come to the stand, witness. Sup, Krabs? Name and occupation? Dr. Herman... Pete? Sniper! Sniper! Stay in there! And who is that cute little creature? Such a restless bird. Quite unlike Taka. Says the one who started the trial. Taka says the one who started the trial by attacking the defense! Wow. Chalk went up for Taka. He shut Sniper up with a single sound. Son of a gun. Dr. Herman Crab, Chip Shape Aquarium's veterinarian. Could you tell us the name of your cute little friend there as well? Your Honor, please focus on the case. But it's important to learn all we can about the witness. This is Sniper. She's the offspring of a penguin named Rifle. Sniper lives in my hair. She might cause a commotion now and then, but please try to ignore her. I was originally going to call the animal keeper to the stand, but he refused to testify, so I settled on the veterinarian. Now tell us, why was the defendant in the Orca pool room when the water was drained? Early in the morning hours of July 20th, Sasha was cleaning the Orca pool room. Sasha and Jack Shipley, the owner, were scheduled to do cleaning together. During cleaning, the pool water was drained. While the cleaning was going on, Marlon was taking care of the Orca in the show pool room. The pool water would never be drained unless the pool was being cleaned. And your claim is that the victim was made to fall during the death during this cleaning. Only Buckler and the owner had the security card necessary to enter the Orca pool room. And we already know from the security company record of the card use that the defendant was in the Orca pool during the time of the cleaning. The witness testimony and record of the security card usage are conclusive evidence. I mean, I feel like her testimony alone would have been suffice. Which is honestly what we got first. So no one besides the defendant was at the scene. And the water in the pool was drained. Uh-oh. The judge already seems to be leaning towards the other side. We have to strike fast! Your Honor! We are ready for our cross-examination now! Oh, yes, of course. Please proceed then. The power of use comes in handy at times like these. Says the Phoenix, right? The man who even since the beginning of the very game had the energy of a dad, who long before he was a dad. Wait, hold on. I like to use my controller. Okay. Let's do this. Hold it. Why is the cleaning done so early in the morning? Essentially the middle of the night. Our aquarium is open every day of the year without break. Even on Christmas? That's when important murders happen. Oh, an important murder happened. Don't worry, you guys. Don't worry. Turnabout Christmas will happen again this year. So of course the cleaning has to be done at night when there are no visitors. No days off, is that it? I can relate to that, says the guy who's been in prison for the past 7 years. Yeah, I guess prisoners don't get to take days off. Things sure are different around our office, huh, boss? You don't have to rub it in quite so enthusiastically. So was the defendant cleaning alone? No. But Miss Buckler said that Mr. Shipley never showed up to help with the cleaning. I don't know anything about that. All I know is that what was on the schedule. Maybe they changed plans. They probably felt awkward with each other after their fight. And in case there is no proof that the victim entered the Arca pool room during the cleaning. Objection. If you don't stop your yammering, I will pull your tongue out and barbecue it. Gah. Do you have to be so violent? He's the Twisted Samurai Phoenix. Would get used to it. Proof or none, the victim must have entered the pool room during cleaning. Witness, tell him why. Jack must have entered the Arca pool room. The reason I think so is because the record of the card usage shows that Shasta entered the Arca pool room. Don't you mean to say that the record shows both of their cards being used? No, only Sasha's. But they must have gone in together. Jack's body was found in that room, so that's the only logical explanation. And where else are you going to have somebody fall 65 feet? We talked about this just yesterday. What purpose does that brain of yours serve? You're even more bird-brained than rifled. Objection. Witness, I will not allow birds to be belittled in my presence. Limit your disparaging comments to the fence alone. So I get discarded either way. Discard Crogent either way. Great. Birds lover, huh? I guess we're not destined to become best friends. That is fine. All I need is for you to talk about the state of the scene during the cleaning. Alright, fine. Oh, I don't know. I think there's the two of them were mad at each other. No, but if they're mad at each other, who will Blackwell go to for medical things for Taka? Probably another veterinarian. You know, not one that works at an aquarium. So the cleaning is done with the pool drained of water. That's right. And they used the hoist there to lower themselves to the bottom of the pool. They could do regular cleaning with water in the pool. But this was an invasive session. I never cleaned my own lab, however. Don't you think it might be due then? I guess I can't talk, though. Well, Sasha and Marlon come in and clean it for me on occasion. But I'm too busy myself. I have animals to look for after her. Like this one, for example. Such an adorable little creature. It lends cheer to this bleak courtroom. Hey, someone. Hey. Any artists out there? Can somebody draw a sniper in the judge's beard? I would love to see something like that. And him just being so happy about it. Your reaction to Taka was very different, as I recall. Oh, Taka is a fine bird too, of course. Please continue, Dr. Carp, quickly now. As I was saying, Sasha was cleaning in the Arca pool room. Well, the cleaning was going on well, taking care of the Arca in the show pool. Zorella was moved all the way in the other, all the way over to the show pool. Why is that? Well, it wouldn't do her great to cover and clean there, was it? Of course she was removed. Well, that would make sense because when I had Pearl's spray Lumeral, I had her spray it right on Orca, and she got all sad that there was actually a because we did it, and there was an actual reaction. Yeah. Oh, you're cleaning the tub, do you? I mean... Excellent point. I usually clean the tub after I take a bath myself. I was assigned to clean the shower stalls yesterday. They were cleaner than the Edo bathhouse by the time I was done. I guess Prosecutor Blackwell is the fastidious type. I polished it so well, I bet the inmates are slipping and sliding all over it right about now. Maybe he's not so much the fascist type as the prankster type. Somehow I don't think that's it either. Anyways, the cleaning of the Orca pool is just like cleaning the tub. There's no possibility it would be drained at any other time than during the cleaning. None. Ugh, shut down with a single word. Why are you so certain? Think about it. If the pool water was drained, what would happen to the Orca? The poor thing! Whose side are you on, Asina? Exactly, young lady. Without water, Orla would be alright for a short period of time, but anything longer than that would pose a serious risk. She could even die. So the fact that Orla is alive and well is proof the water wasn't drained on her? That's right. The Orca pool and the show pool are next door to each other. A hoist runs between the two to move the Orca and equipment back and forth. Once cleaning is done, the Orca is moved to the show pool first. So the water is only drained while the pool is being cleaned. Please add that information to your testimony. I guess you're right. Son of a gun. Then why did you harp on it so? The defense loves to make a fuss over nothing. You do like stirring up trouble, don't you, Mr. Lawyer? Hi, Sniper! Just like this one. How rude! Don't compare Mr. Wright to Sniper! Granted, his suit may make him look a little like a penguin. Asina! Is that what you're really saying to me? God, I wish Sniper and Miss Baby Chick would both stop all the peeping and cheeping. Miss Baby Chick? How dare you? No, wait! Actually, that sounds pretty cute. Wow, he just got away with calling a young woman a chick in a court. Somehow, we have to show that water could have been drained at some other time. If we don't, Sasha will be the only one under suspicion. There must be a hint somewhere. I better look through the evidence again. I have to find out what the water could have been to drain while Aura was there. Well... Well, part of me is like, when we're stuck, might as well. This has nothing to do with what's going on right now. I just want to watch it again. Do-do-do. We pirates, we love to save the seven seas. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as free as free can be. We swim through storms and waves, all because we seek grand treasure and adventure waiting just for me. Okay, and nothing to do. I just didn't know what to do. There's no water in the. I don't want to have to bring out his illegal Do we bust out the Lumo? We do bust out the Lumo. If there was water if the water in the pool was drained, you say, the orca could die. But is that necessarily true? What are you talking about? There's a way to let the water out without harming the orca, isn't there? Your Honor, please allow me to submit this photograph. Oh, this is... As you can see, there's no water around the Skull Rock area. With the pool in this state, the victim could have been made to fall to his death. However, there is water on the other side of the patron. And Earl looks just fine. Son of a gun. In other words, if the partition is set up at the bottom of the pool, the water can be drained without doing any Orla any harm. Are you implying the water could have been drained at a time other than the cleaning? Yes, there is that possibility. Dr. Krabs is shaking. Looks like he has something to hide. Oh, did we not tell Absina about his 5 psyche locks? The ones that if I start talking about, I might start sounding racist again. I swear, nobody's allowed to take that out of context. And by that, I mean the actual clip of me talking about black psyche locks from Tuesday. Could it have something to do with the calendar note about meeting with the victim? It might. I'll submit it to the judge. Your Honor, please take a look at this calendar. Oh, the way you waved that around in court yesterday. No need to drag out your souvenir today. It's not my calendar, Your Honor! Actually, I would like you to make a note of the entry for the day of the incident. Let me see here. Meet with the captain at the York Pool at 7 a.m. This note is about a meeting planned with the victim. What? The defense would like to argue that at the time of that meeting, the pool may have been drained of its water. Whose calendar is that? The witnesses? It belongs to Dr. Herman Crab. Isn't that right, Dr. Crab? Son of a gun. So you suspect me, don't you? Yes, I do. What is the meaning of this calendar entry, Dr. Crab? Explain yourself. Fine. I was supposed to meet with Jack at the Orca Pool at that time, but I ended up not going. So you're saying that you simply broke your promise? You can't get out of it that easily. I believe you have some explaining to do. Objection. Your blade is sharper than I thought, right, Dono? But your cut was shallow. A mere surface scratch. There's a saying amongst prisoners: do not see, hear not, nor speak to smooth talking lawyers. If you think the witness is suspicious, show your proof. Actually, Your Honor, I would like for him to get in some legal trouble. I have a piece of evidence that would get him in a heap of legal trouble. The calendar isn't good enough, huh? As to prove the victim could have fallen to his death at that 7 a.m. meeting time. Let's put our heads together, boss. The victim could have fallen during the cleaning when the pool was completely drained. Or using the person, it could have been at 7 a.m. with the water partially drained. What would be the major difference in circumstances of these two possibilities? The Rock! What circumstances was different? The Rock! The answer could really tell us something. What circumstance was different between the two possibilities of cleaning in 7 a.m.? Well, yeah, the Orla was there. But The Rock! If the murder occurred at the time other than cleaning, the Orca must have been there. Oh, you're right! And that would mean that Orla witnessed the murder. Hey! Guess calling animals to the witness stand is my specialty. Actually, we don't. What's this? You're sheathing your sword so soon. Stop yammering to each other and show me how you wield your sword. Alright then, my sword is poised and ready. If the murder was committed at the time other than cleaning time, then Orla must have been present at the scene. If I can prove that the murder happened right in front of Orla, then I can prove that Miss Buckler is not guilty. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, are you implying that the Orca was a witness to the crime? Yes, but Your Honor, the Orca can't speak, so we're not going to put it up on the... We're not going to bring the TV phone up. That is exactly what I'm implying. And? How do you intend to prove that the Orca witnessed the murder of that? What are you going to do? Put the Orca on the stand and cross-examine her? Hey, it wouldn't be the first time I put an animal on the stand, baby! This is a critical point. I better think about this carefully. The defense will... I want to jokingly say cross-examine Orla. Let's do it! If I ask Orla if she witnessed the murder, I'm sure she'll tell me everything. Really? How interesting. And how do you propose to communicate with the Orca? Well, I have to think about that. Unlike some birds, an orca is incapable of human speech. No, I'm afraid I cannot allow you to cross-examine a creature that cannot speak. Oh, come on, Your Honor! You let me cross-examine the parrot that one time! Okay, but parrots can speak. Unless the defense has some other way of communication with the orca. No, I'm afraid I don't, Your Honor. I guess that was a silly idea. Please, let me try again, Your Honor. Defense will... I will continue my cross-examination of Dr. Crab. That's fine with me, but I already said everything I have to say. You still haven't told the court why you broke your promise to meet with the victim. Before we get into that, why don't you take care of your orca witnessing the murder of Balderdash first? Balderdash. Is that some sort of shot at me? No, Your Honor, no, Your Honor, no. That seems to be quite a sensitive subject with the judge. Says the one who lets the prosecution call him your baldness. Maybe I better come up with something that isn't Balderdash. Defense will present evidence. The correct answer. Defense will present evidence. Evidence that will prove Orla witnessed the murder. I already presented it. You're going to present evidence? Hey, Your Honor, in a court of law, evidence is everything. Knowing the defense, I thought surely you would try to cross-examine the orca. Your Honor, please. I only cross-examine birds, okay? I must say, I'm a little disappointed. Everybody called that idea silly, though, Your Honor! Gee, sorry to get your hopes up, Your Honor. Very well, let's see this evidence, then. What evidence shows that the murder took place right in front of the orca? I just presented it. This photo indicates where we discovered luminal reactions yesterday. By accident, we got some luminal testing fluid on Orla. We were then surprised to see luminal reactions on Orla's body. So what of it? There's nothing odd about that. As we discussed in yesterday's trial, the orca was bleeding. Traces of the orca blood were also found on the skull rock. The orca must have had injuries herself when she rammed the rock. So that cloud of blood Mr. Plume saw was from Orla's headbutting the skull rock. What was it? The luminal reactions you saw in the orca are most likely from her headbutting. But what's odd is the position of those bloodstains. Please take a good look at the photograph. Yesterday, Mr. Plume said that the blood disappeared when Orla put on the hat. That testimony indicates that Orla's injuries were under the hat area. However, these luminal reactions are in two entirely separate areas from her injuries. These bloodstains can't be Orla's own blood, and from when she was headbutting. Then where did the blood come from? My firm belief is that it's the victim's blood. The victim was killed right in front of Orla, and the victim's blood splattered onto Orla's body. Gah! Now, now it finally all makes sense. Orla was a witness to the murder, so that's why. Orla? Boss, something's wrong with Orla! What? You're right. She's listless, and she's sinking. There's one more fact that indicates Orla was a witness to the murder. There's more? The culprit was afraid Orla could somehow reveal what she witnessed. And that's why they did what they did. It's the only thing that makes sense. I have to present that evidence. Thanks, Apollo, for telling us what it was. The defense would like to submit this evidence. What's this? It looks like some sort of medicine. It's a sleeping drug, Your Honor. A very powerful one. This sleeping drug was discovered in Orla's stomach yesterday. The culprit tried to drown Orla by putting her into a deep sleep. Tried to drown the orca, but why? Right, Dono? Are you trying to tell this court that the perpetrator tried to kill the orca off to prevent a witness from talking? It's an orca. Do you really expect me to defeat me with that feeble attack? My sword has been drawn, and I'm not about to sheed my evidence now. Orcas have an enormous potential for intelligence. The possibility that Orla could somehow manage to reveal the truth cannot be denied. The culprit believed in this possibility, and that's why they tried to kill her. Dr. Herman Crab, you purchased these sleeping drugs, didn't you? He's sweating. What? Does this mean the veterinarian was trying to do away with the orca? Who but a veterinarian would be... But a veterinarian would know better than how to disguise an orca's death. He could even prevent the police from examining Orla's body. Why, you... Are you actually accusing me of trying to murder the orca? Yes. How dare you slander the noble profession of veterinarian! My goodness, one could cut the tension with this in this courtroom with a knife. Yes, I admit to purchasing that sleeping drug. However, it was subsequently stolen from my lab. That's such a flimsy excuse. It's the truth. What else can I say? Any one of those crew members could have entered my lab. I guess that weakens my evidence quite a bit. Besides, think about it for a minute. Who was it that treated Orla after she swallowed the drug? It was I. But as I recall, it took you quite a while to give that treatment. You didn't even come on your own. We had to go get you. Ugh, son of a gun. You just remember all sorts of little details, don't you, Mr. Lawyer? I'm a lawyer. I live for meaningless procedures. Apollo at one point. The orca pool and the lab are far apart. It's a little wonder why he didn't know the Orla's conditions. Didn't know. That's highly doubtful. Oh, do we get to pull out the legal evidence? As far apart as they could, Dr. Crabbe could still have no way all about Orla's condition. The defense would like to submit evidence that witness knew about Orla's condition. This torpedo. Gah, you just had to bring that up, didn't you? Hey, I asked you if you're okay with me presenting this as evidence tomorrow, and you said yes. So here I am, bringing it up. With this advanced data system, surely you've known about Orla's condition. Objection. Wait, just 1 minute. What is this torpedo? An illegal device? Please talk. Just let Taka go wild. Dr. Crabbe, how dare you bring a weapon of mass destruction into my courtroom? The torpedo, or television real-time permutator or data organizer, is a data system. Until yesterday, only Dr. Crabbe and Mr. Shipley knew about the torpedo. It isn't legally approved in this country, so it was kept secret from the police. It's illegal? Dr. Crabbe, I demand an explanation. Son of a gun, you and your big mouth, Mr. Lawyer. You're the one who let me present this as evidence! Yes, it's true. I'm using an illegal system to monitor the creatures at the aquarium. Oh, I just noticed the sniper with the stethoscope! That's adorable! The system uses sensors like these. And yes, there's one in the orca pool too. These sensors send sound waves through the water to gather data on the creatures. If it finds enormities in their conditions, the torpedo alerts me with a sound. Oh my goodness, how very high-tech. But if it's illegal, I will not turn a blind eye. This matter will be appropriately dealt with at a separate time. Now then, Mr. Wright, please continue. With the torpedo, I'm sure Dr. Crabbe has noticed the danger Ola was in. But he made no attempt to come on to his aid on his own. And the reason for that is that Dr. Crabbe wanted Orla dead. The torpedo didn't give me a warning message. That's why I didn't know there was anything wrong with Orla. The sensors in the orca pool wasn't working during the police investigation. Objection! Can you prove that statement? Objection. What's with him? I guess this is also high tech for prosecutor Buckle. That it's making him a little funny. Funny. Yes, I find this all very funny. Witness, those sensors send sound waves through the water, correct? What if there isn't any water? Then they wouldn't work. They would automatically switch off. And the pool was drained during the... They had the pool drained. I see. And where is the sensor in the Orca pool located? I don't know. Jack is the one who attached it for me. You don't know? Then I will tell you. The police found those sensors just like this one, just like the one you showed us. They found it attached to the table at the bottom of the pool. Table? Do you mean the table in this photograph? That's right. Don't you get it yet, right, Dono? This table is on the skull's rock side of the patron. It's affixed to the bottom of the pool and cannot be moved. Oh, and if the water was drained from the skull rock side of the pool, precisely. Without water, the torpedo sensor would not work. Witness, when did that sensor automatically switch off? Hang on, I'll look it up. Only times lately were during cleaning 2 days ago and the investigation yesterday. Of course I knew the pool would be drained while they cleaned it. But I had no idea they drained it for the investigation. No one let me know. That's why I didn't know about Orla's condition yesterday. So Dr. Crab really did want to save Orla. Do you hear that right, Dono? Yes, the water can be drained without harm to the Orca if the archon is used. But if the water is drained from the skull rock side, the sensor turns itself off. If the sensor was always on except for during the cleaning and investigation, it means there must have been water in that pool at all other times. It was never drained. In other words, no one but the defendant could have committed this crime. Gah! Order! Order in the court! This completely shatters the defense argument. But, Your Honor... The fact still remains that Aura was nearly killed with Dr. Krabs' sleeping drug. But aren't you forgetting one important question? When was the sleeping drug given to the Orca? You're right. That hasn't been discussed yet, has it? The Orca pool is at the scene of the murder. The police were there all day yesterday. The only way to give the drug to the Orca undetected is to put it in her food. Marlin. Data shows that rifle ate around 4 a.m. on July 20th, but Orla didn't eat anything. Yesterday, someone gave the Orca food during the trial. Someone did? I'm afraid I don't remember that. You don't remember? You're not that old yet, are you? It was the defendant. Swashbuckler. Gah! Someone must have slipped it into her. So that is the Orca that stands accused, is it? Aw, she's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on? Hola! Wish Phoenix and us seen a look! So your argument is that Miss Buckler is the one who gave the Orca the drug? Wait a second, didn't Marlin also give her food later in the trial? The prosecution argument hasn't changed. Buckler made the victim fall to his death and then manipulated the orca to pin it on her. Still not satisfied, she further planned to kill the orca with the sleeping drug. I didn't hear any reports of Dr. Crab feeding Orla. Maybe he didn't have a hand in Orla's attempt to murder after all. But is there anybody else who could have fed Orla besides Sasha? If it's true, the defense is the one who fed the sleeping drug to the orca, then that places more suspicion on her than ever. The defense objects to the prosecution's claim. Well, you still haven't admitted defeat. I don't know what the word means. Prosecutor Blackwell, I don't appreciate the way you only mention the parts that are convenient for you. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? The prosecution fails to mention that Mrs. Buckler wasn't the only one to feed Orla. As you will recall, there was another person who gave Orla food. Oh, you mean that person? Looks like Asina remembers that too. Congrats, Sasha! Time to celebrate! Go on, eat up! Oh, Mr. Wright! No! I don't want to believe it either, but we can't ignore the truth. The other person who fed Orla during the trial was... Please recall when Orla was found not guilty yesterday. Marlon Rhines gave the orca a large quantity of food. If the sleeping drugs was mixed in with that food, it could be given to the orca without arousing the police suspicion. Now that you mention it, I do remember that flip-flopper feeding the orca. Hip-hop art. So you remembered, did you? I see the time for a true short sight has come. I'll call Marlon Rhines to the stand. Mr. Lawyer, both Miss Orca Lover and Marlon Rhines are important members of our crew. I don't want to suspect either one of them, but I'm ready to accept whatever truth you find. Here, take this. That charm. Is it the charm that matches the one that Zero Summer had, isn't it? So you and Miss Summer were romantically involved, weren't you, Dr. Crab? What? No, of course not. Sorry to disappoint you, but this doesn't belong to me. At the time, I thought it was a Zero's, so I grabbed it. But it wasn't hers. Now it's up to you, Mr. Lawyer, to figure out whose charm it is. It's Rhymes. I will. Thank you, Dr. Crab. After all, I'm interested in the outcome of this trial, too. Now then, please summon Marlon Rhymes to the witness stand. He won't testify if his life depends on it, because it does. Well, what's going on? What's everyone making that face for? I haven't been watching the trial and nobody's told me anything. Marlon Rhymes, you're under suspicion for the attempted murder of the orca. I see. Well, if it's out already. Mr. Rhymes? Is he really going to admit it? Fine, I'll tell the truth. Sasha was lying to protect that orca. At 3:30 a.m. on the 20th, there was still some water in the orca pool. The incident happened before the orca was moved to the show pool. Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high, making him slam into the water. I thought the orca should pay the consequences. Now we're back to the orca again? I did not see that testimony coming. Now just wait a minute. Yesterday, Orla was proven innocent. Besides, you said Orla was in the show pool during the cleaning. I didn't want to tell Sasha out. That's why I didn't tell the truth. But the fact is, all three of us, the captain, Sasha, and me, were cleaning the pool room. But Dr. Crab and Miss Buckler both said you were at the stage show. Well, that's the only thing Dr. Crab knew about it. The cleaning was what I told him. I didn't give him a whole lot of details either. Maybe he misunderstood. And if Sasha's lying to protect the orca, she can't tell the truth. Sasha put that blood in the skull rock herself to make a fake blood stain. I think it's pretty brave of her to let herself get arrested to protect the orca. Mr. Rhymes, how can you lie like that? It's the truth. Besides, wouldn't it be better for you if I wasn't lying? Or if the orca did it, you win your case. No, because then we're back to square one of me defending the orca! What? This is all very hard to believe. But if Mr. Rhymes' story is true, Miss Buckler would be innocent and the orca would be the killer. Meaning if we turned our backs on Orla, we could save Sasha. Having a witness to the lie to save your own client. What a dirty, underhanded tactic, right, Dono? I don't have that happen! Okay? They lie of their own record! Objection! Yesterday, the defense proved Orla was not guilty. We have no intention of going back on our assertions now. What are you saying, Mr. Wright? All you gotta do is admit the orca did it and Sasha goes free. Ain't the lawyer supposed to act in his client's best interest? But that wouldn't be acting in her interest, Miss Buckler believes Orla is innocent. And if we, of course, believe that Miss Buckler herself is innocent, too. Acting in their client's best interest is an important part of our job as lawyers. Using dirty means to win a verdict would destroy our client's faith in us. That's right! We believe in both Miss Buckler and Orla's innocence. Huh? I just don't understand how y'all can treat a human and an orca equally. Sasha or the orca? You can only save one of them. Objection! Ha ha ha! I don't know about that. I think I can save them both. All I have to do is disprove your testimony. Oh yeah? Then go right ahead and try. I will do just that. If I can't tear down his testimony, I won't be able to save both of them. I have to find a weak spot and start tearing. What exactly do you claim? What exactly do you claim Miss Buckler is lying about? Sasha put that blood stain on the skull rock and stuffed herself as false evidence. She left fake traces and tried to save the orca. Witness, if you keep talking nonsense, I will seal your mouth shut. The defense supports the prosecution's idea. But Mr. Wright, my testimony helps your client. You ought to be happy. I want to save both Orla and Miss Buckler. I won't accept anything less. Now that's understand, please continue with your testimony. Fine. When the victim was killed, how much water was in the pool? It was before the pool was drained for cleaning, so it was full. You went into the orca pool room and saw this yourself. Dr. Krebs said that you were at the stage show. Is it possible that Dr. Krebs was misinformed or that he misunderstood? The witness already explained this. Why are you taking this meaningless task? If you want to play games, Taka here would be more than happy to play with you. Ah! We better be careful how we press the witness. Taka is watching us like a hawk. Witness, continue. So you're saying the incident took place before the cleaning began? Yeah, I guess so. The captain, Sasha, and I were gonna do the cleaning together. That much more is efficient than trying to have just one person do it alone. In the defense's case, however, more lawyers simply means more lawyers, nothing more. What? You're the one to talk! All you have on your side is a contentious bird! What about me? I'm up here all alone! And you people, are you people done? You need the witness to keep you focused. For shame, right, Dono? Hey, I was the only one who kept my mouth shut! Anyways, the incident happened in the orca pool before cleaning got started. Hold it. Can an orca even do that? Send a person flying into the air like that? Yep, of course. I've seen orcas bashing seals 60 feet into the air. So naturally, Orla could do that to the captain too. What a frightening thought. And you mentioned it so casually, Mr. Rhymes. Well, what else can I say? It's the truth. Mr. Rhymes is claiming that Orla killed the victim by sending him flying into the air. But would something like that even be possible in the orca pool room? There's something about that statement that bothers me. So you was killed by the orca, is that right? Exactly. And that's why you put the sleeping drug in Orla's food? Ahoy! Yo! 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 Ho! Sasha could be found guilty if we let her be. If the orca died, Sasha could go free. That was a short rhyme. I thought if the orca was already dead, Sasha might tell the truth and free herself. It might seem cruel, but a man killing an animal has to be put down. A culprit must have tried to do away with Orla because she was a witness to the crime. But if Mr. Rhymes is the culprit, why would he try to protect Sasha? I'm sensing some very complex emotions from Mr. Rhymes. I need more information before I can do a proper analysis. If I'm going to tear down his testimony, then I guess I have to present evidence. Of course we don't believe Mr. Rhymes' testimony, but he's suggesting that the murder took place in the orca pool room. Unless we can disprove that, we won't be able to save both Orla and Sasha. Might as well try. When lies are piled on top of each other, contradictions start to emerge. This time is no different. Are you saying there's some kind of inconsistency in my testimony? That's exactly what I'm saying. You claim that the victim was sent flying about 30 feet into the air. But the opposite report shows that the apparent cause of death to be from a 65-foot tall fall. What? Additionally, in your testimony a moment ago, you said at 3:30 a.m. on the 20th there was still water in the orca pool. With the pool being 65 feet deep, there's only 35 feet between the water and the ceiling. If the pool was full of water, as you claimed, it would be impossible for the victim to fall about 65 feet, as the opposite says. Ah! Mr. Rhymes claims he was in the orca pool room so he can make these statements. But the truth must be there. He was at the stage show just as Dr. Crab and Sasha testified. I believe that brings us back around to the orca didn't do it. I didn't believe the witness's testimony from the outset. I'm grateful to you, Wright Dono, for shutting the witness up. As I thought, the only person who could have killed the victim is Swashbuckler. The fact still remains whether the witness is the one who tried to kill the orca or not. Son of a... Mr. Ryan was right about one thing. His testimony was advantageous to our case, but pointing out the contradiction in his testimony will only drive us into a corner. As Prosecutor Blackwell said, suspicion against Ms. Buckler is now deepened. Uh-oh. If I don't do something fast, the judge will find Sasha guilty. Mr. Wright, isn't there anything we can do? There has to be a way to prove Sasha is innocent. At the time like this, the thing to do is to turn my thinking around. Instead of trying to prove that Sasha couldn't have done it, I have to think about what made it possible for someone else to have done it. As long as the crime scene is the orca pool room, then Sasha is the only one who could have committed the crime. No need for pity, your baldness. Just finishing off is a swift verdict. It appears the defense has no objections. Very well, I will give my verdict. Hold it! Your Honor, please hold off on your verdict. But you were so quiet, Mr. Wright. Do you have something to say now? The defense has a counter argument. You do? Pitiful. Such desperation. You look pale. Are you sure you're prepared to make this counter argument? The worst times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. I'll never forget those words, no matter how many years goes by. Even though it's probably just a bluff, I have to give them with a smile. What if the scene of the crime was somewhere else? The scene of the crime? Somewhere else? What? You find fault with the police investigation now? As I understand that the prosecution's argument is as followed. The scene of the crime was the orca pool room. Only the defendant and the victim entered that room when there was no water in the pool. Therefore, only the defendant could have committed the crime. That is correct. But if the scene of the crime was not the orca pool room, then somebody other than the defendant could have committed the crime. Are you sure you know where you're going with this? I might not be too sure, but I can't back down now! Believe me, under the stash I am smiling. Actually, we could take it off so I can prove it. Okay, back to serious mode. Mr. Wright, I hope that I am wrong, but isn't this one of your bluffs by any chance? Ha ha! Of course not! The judge knows me far too well. And do you have a theory on where this actual scene of the crime was? Yes, of course. Think, Phoenix, think. Think of a place other than the orca pool room where one could fall to one's death. Then by all means, please share your theory with the court. Where was the real scene of the murder? The show's stage pool might have been drained of water at some point as well. If so, that would just be possible for one to fall to one's death if as the orca pool. Right, Dono? What are you doing is a disgrace to your profession. I sincerely hope you have some bias for what you are suggesting. Of course I do. I will as soon as I think of something. The victim's body was found in the orca pool. How do you explain that? How about if after the victim was killed in the show stage pool, his body was moved to the orca pool? How about if... What kind of presentation is your argument of this? That you better have a reasonable explanation for how the body was moved. There is no turning back now. I have to think of a way the body could have been moved. Fuck. There was something in the scene that could have been used to move the body. The hoist runs between the Orca pool room and the stage show. Oh, wrong button. The stretcher can be hung to hoist things to move things like Orla or the Skull Rock. The stretcher could have also been used to move the dead body. Yes, if the stretcher can move the Orca or the Skull Rock, it seems likely it could also move a dead body as well. Wow, somehow that worked. I just might be able to pull this off. Until Blackquill says something. If the show pool was the scene of the crime, somebody else could have done it. There it is. You desperately so conjure, and now you even make up a crime scene. Ah! Not again! You don't have the soul of a warrior. You don't deserve to be on the battlefield. And even if your fabrication is half-baked, it is a disgrace. But what do you mean half-baked? The hoist can be operated from the Orca pool room only. And the only person who entered the Orca pool room was the defendant. So even if the body was moved, the only person who could have moved it was the defendant herself. Yeah, that's the argument I knew was coming. Order. So it comes back to the defendant no matter which pool it was. Meaning I can't clear Sasha either way. Sasha said she moved Orla and the Skull Rock. And I believe her. So could it be possible that she moved the body herself without being aware of it? Mr. Wright, do you have an objection to the prosecutor Blackquill's claim? I do. I have an objection for the defendant to move the body. I have no objections. I kind of want to jokingly say I have no objections. Let's see what kind of funny contact we have. I have no objections. Miss Buckler must have been the one who moved the body. What? Mr. Wright, are you admitting the defendant committed the murder? No. I am simply conceding that she was the only one who could have moved the body. However, I consent that Miss Buckler was not aware that is what she was doing. The culprit made her move it, unbeknownst to her. The defendant moved a dead body without recognizing it was a dead body? How could that be possible? The body was found in the Orca pool room. It must have been moved there somehow. I might find some kind of hint in the things she moved in the stretcher. With the stretcher. The culprit made Miss Buckler move the body along with this piece of evidence. Well, this one does have his blood on it, so... The Skull Rock. Miss Buckler told me yesterday that she moved the Skull Rock when she was cleaning. The only two things Miss Buckler moved were the Orca pool were Arla and the Skull Rock. I would like to suggest that the victim's body may have been inside the Skull Rock. What? Hidden inside the rock, the body could have been moved to the Orca pool room with the hoist. At the stage show, Marlon Rhymes loaded up the Skull Rock with the body inside. And then he used the walkie-talkie to let Miss Buckler know that the rock was loaded. Miss Buckler operated the hoist from the Orca pool room, then moved the stretcher. She moved the rock without knowing the body was inside. Do you really think there was enough space inside the Skull Rock to place a body? The Swashbuckler flyer indicates that it could be possible. Please focus on the question at the question in the bottom left. Oh, it says, who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the Skull Rock? In that case, I suppose the rock is most likely hollow. What's more, if the rock was inside the Skull Rock, it explains the remaining unanswered questions. Such as, please take a look at the security footage of the scene Mr. Plume witnessed. Where did the body that Mr. Plume saw come from? Please recall. What was Orla doing to the Skull Rock at the time? She was headbutting it. Oh! That's right. Orla rammed releasing the body from the skull rock. The body has been placed inside the skull and moved there to the from the stage show. I assert that the real murder scene was in fact the show stage pool. What rubbish is this now? You don't even have a single scrap of evidence. It's easy enough to verify what I say. Take a look inside the skull rock for yourself. You should find some kind of proof that the body was there. Blood, fiber, hair. Gah! Right, don't know. Can the please? Oh, Mr. Wright, that was incredible. You turned things completely around. And to think it all started with that half-baked bluff, too. Phew! That was a close one. Did you really have to add that last bit? If the murder took place at the stage show, then who is the perpetrator? If it is naturally the person who was at the stage show. Mr. Rhymes? Weren't you the one who loaded the skull rock onto the stretcher at the stage show? Is he gonna... I was about to say, is he gonna bust out into a rhyme? Well, Mr. Wright, that was some pretty smart brain work you did there. To be honest, I never thought you could figure it out. I tried to protect myself, but I guess it came back to bite me. Are you confessing you gave false testimony before, Mr. Rhymes? That's perjury. We can find you in contempt of court. Yeah, what Mr. Wright says is true. The body was inside the skull rock, and if that's true, the captain was killed in the show pool too. What? He's admitting to it that easily? But he's gonna admit that he wasn't the murderer. This time, I'm gonna tell you the whole truth about what happened that day. In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. Then the captain came down and slammed into the water. I can still remember the specter screams clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, I freaked. Now we're back to the orca again, I see. If you were going to give testimony like that, why did I bother putting you on the stand? All I'm doing is telling the truth. That day, Sasha wanted to do the old version of the Swashbuckler Spectacular. So I suggest you hide the body in the skull rock and move it to the orca pool. Let's play it! They really shouldn't have given me the option to play this whenever I fucking wanted. Oh, we pirates, we love to sail the seven seas. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as free can be. We swim through storms and sails with y'all because you see grand treasure and adventures waiting for us for me. Yeah! I was gonna figure out what to do with the body after the show was over. Yurka is the one that killed the captain. It wasn't me, and it wasn't Sasha. So it was Mr. Rhymes' idea to hide the body in the skull rock. But if Mr. Rhymes is the culprit, why would he protect Sasha? False charges against Sasha would mean he would escape suspicion. So why? Mr. Wright, how about if you leave this to me? Asina, do you mean you heard something? Yup. Noise. Discord in Mr. Rhymes' heart. So that means somewhere in his testimony there is an inconsistency in his emotions. Alright, Asina, give him a good counseling session. You got it, boss! Huh? What's this? What are you getting, Asina? This testimony is pretty complex. Feelings of deep sadness and intense anger are being called up. Those two emotions appear to be running out of control. Out of control emotions? Is this gonna be is that gonna be a problem? We have to probe their causes if we want to get his true emotions and testimony. There might even be an odd or natural spots in his testimony he isn't even aware of. Alright, let's probe the cause of his out of control emotions then. I'll explain how to probe. Okay, I know how to probe, Asina! Memories can be recalled incorrectly. If you still haven't found anything after the statements and images, I'll help. Great. Alright. I'll get started comparing the statements with your images. In the sub pool, the Oko shot the captain into the air. The captain, same. I thought there were any spectators there at the show stage when the owner died. If there had been, those witnesses would have told us the true crime scene right away. What? Oh, right. Of course. I just made a mistake. Okay, that made the sadness subside. So maybe the spectators was part of what was making him sad. I wonder why he would make that mistake, saying the spectators were there. How strange. The only thing I can think of is that he's mixing up one memory with another. Like he was a similar situation before, and it was deeply imprinted on his heart. A situation where an orca killed somebody, and there was the spectators there. Hey! I think I know why he's mixing up his memories. The reason why Mr. Rhymes has mixed up her memories is... Mr. Rhymes, I think I know what's happened. Could you have been mixing up what happened a year ago with this incident? Maybe that's why you slipped and thought the owner was killed in front of the spectators. What? How did you... You're right. I did see the orca killed somebody a year ago. But what about it? I was just one of the spectators. Really? Just another spectator. There must be a reason why you felt great sadness about that incident. I fucking knew it!
Silence.
Stop this nonsensical scrutiny of feelings. Just present some evidence and prove your point. Yeep. But boss, do we have any kind of evidence that would back us up here? There is one piece that comes to mind that might explain his sadness. Well, I'm waiting. Thanks, Grabs. Azura Simers died in accidental death. No, not the One Piece. This is not the One Piece. We have no One Piece. This isn't that kind of show. Hey, what you doing with that charm? It was found in Rifle's stomach yesterday. Judging by your reaction, I believe this charm belongs to you. I am not looking for the One Piece! Just because I can wear a pirate hat doesn't mean I'm looking for the One Piece! I guess I need to push him just a little harder to make him admit it. When Mr. Rhymes says the word charms, he was very rattled. I don't know where the One Piece is! You know, everyone's asking where's the One Piece, but no one's asking how's the One Piece. We better examine this charm a little more. Good idea. Let's look inside it. I don't know the answer to that question! I was the one asking it. Huh? What's this? A photograph? But hey! This is... a Zero Summers and Marlon Rhymes. Why is someone... I don't know! Do you think I know everything there is about the One Piece? Those are questions for Alexa! And no, Alexa is not here currently. Unless she is. I don't know. She might be lurking. I have no clue. Mr. Rhymes, you and Zero Summer were a couple, weren't you? I don't know where Alexa is. Alexa might be busy doing stuff. It's Thursday, so I don't really remember where she is. So what if we were a couple? It doesn't have anything to do with the captain's case. You believed you saw the orca kill your girlfriend, and that's what causes the cause of your sadness. Isn't that your emotion of yours connected to the current case?
Silence.
Only thing you revealed was the witness connection to the victim last year's incident. What does the witness past have to do with the case at hand? I don't know yet. But we managed to pinpoint the source of his sadness. Now let's dive into who Mr. Rhymes is angry at. And the captain came down and slammed into the water. Wait. Could it be possible that he's mad at De Plume? No, the music's still playing. Alright then. The answer is simple. It was the captain. Nope. So then it's Sasha? No. I'm trying everything at this point. Oh wait, duh, he's mad at the orca. Duh, he's mad at Orla. Mr. Rhymes, you're angry with Orla, aren't you? Angry? At an orca? Why would I be? Because he killed your girlfriend. Because you suspect Orla killed your girlfriend. If you all think I have some reason to be mad, then show me some proof. Do I have proof that Mr. Rhymes has a reason to be mad? No. Maybe you don't have a reason to be angry at Orla. That's right. I like orcas. But I hear discord in Mr. Rhymes' heart. Does he really like Orla? I better take a look at the evidence again and see if anything connected to Rhymes. Yeah, I got proof. I bet we have evidence that will come just in handy. This charm indicates that you were Azuma Summer's boyfriend. I'm sure you believe Orla killed your girlfriend a year ago. You lost your girlfriend, and so you've been angry at Orla. God fucking damn it! I'm surprised. Oh wait, no. Random was here for the investigation. We barely spoke to Rhymes at all during then. But I'm surprised Random never came up with that joke. Azura is dead, and the orca is still swimming around, happy as a clam. I became an animal keeper just so I could prove that that orca is a killer. You're right. I want that orca to pay. There! Do you feel good bringing up a person's past? But that still doesn't change anything. Nope, he still has discord in his heart. Ah! He's right. I disagree. It does change things. His out-of-control emotions quieted down. The orca does not have the One Piece! Okay? Unless the One Piece is just a bunch of hats, the orca does not have the One Piece. Is there any time where, like, one's more than the other? Nope. So maybe it's the anger. Because it feels weird that, like, literally every other statement, the emotions are matched. Nope. But why is he trying to protect Sasha, though? Whose big main goal is to protect the orca. This might be crazy enough to work. Crazy enough to work! When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, you freaked? Really? What are you getting at? With Mr. Plume as a witness, Orla was guaranteed to be accused of a murder. It didn't work out exactly as you hoped. In order to have Orla put down, you made sure Mr. Plume witnessed that scene. So you figured it all out, did you? Mr. Rhymes, are you admitting to it? I didn't really want to have to fight anybody but the orca. But you leave me no choice. Hey, you're forgetting one thing, Mr. Rhymes. I used to be the orca's lawyer. Is he just drinking fish? Oh! Oh! Ho ho ho! Ahoy! It's a fight you want! It's a fight you get! He is now Pirate No Stash. He is our dreaded Pirate No Stash. Ahoy! What? Yo, 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 ho! Yo, meet me, brothers, represent! Yaski get these, mate. Take that words and pop them into your mouth. To the beat. Yo, 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 ho! I'm ready for the showdown. You're confuzzled? Oh, please, this is just normal ace attorney behavior. What is going on? Where did this pirate fellow come from? He looks like a completely different person. The order! If we don't have order, Prosecutor Blackwell will yell at us. It's true though, Prosecutor Blackwell will be very angry, and Taco will be fighting like everybody. And it will be chaos. Even Prosecutor Blackwell is at a loss for words. So I plan to have that wench be a witness. You cut me out. It'd be true that I thought that Orca's murderous ways should be found out. That's why I schemed to have De Plume see the body. So you admit it. You deliberately framed Orla. Sark, it'd be true. But what skin that be of anybody's nose? If that Orca be a murdering scurvy dog. I may have a grudge against that Orca, but I always felt towards the captain. The Orca murdered Azula and the captain, so of course she should walk the plank. Gah! I don't have a response to that. I agree, it wouldn't make any sense for him to kill the owner, but why would he? If his hatred for Arla, on the other hand, comes through loud and clear. Wait a minute. If killing Mr. Shipley doesn't make sense, who would make sense for Rhymes to kill? Maybe my theory has been all wrong. He was planning to kill Sasha! Your Honor, I think I just became aware of a new fact. Oh, and what might that be? Now we know about Mr. Rhymes' intense hatred of Orla. It turns out the premise we've all been arguing on is under its ear. I will now reveal the identity of the individual Mr. Rhymes meant to kill from the start! This one witness is meant to be killed from the start. But really? But why? Okay, I guess I was wrong on that one. Well, because one can only wonder. Mr. Wright, how dare you roll the dice when you accuse someone's attempt to murder? I apologize, Your Honor. I'll do better next time. What? So the witness's intent was to kill the Orca? Exactly. The witness intended the victim was not Jack Shipley. From the start, it was all a scheme to kill Orla. The Orca was his true target, but Jack Shipley was the one who died. The Orca is alive and quite well. He's right. He wanted to kill the Orca, and yet it was Jack Shipley who fell to his death. How did that happen? Wait a minute. What if Mr. Rhymes wanted to kill Orla was somehow connected to Mr. Shipley's death? At a loss for words, are you? What happened to your bravo moment ago? Hey. If the man waits 8 years to get his attorney's badge, the man likes to wait some minutes. Enough with these reckless words without any basis of facts. They aren't reckless words. The basis for my claims are that the real murder scene is the show pool. What are you talking about? It's my conviction that the two incidents happened at the show pool, at the attempted murder of the Orca and the victim falling to his death. First of all, in order to kill the Orca, Mr. Rhymes removed something from the scene, and by doing so, he made it possible for Mr. Shipley to fall to his death. He did what now? He removed the water, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, what did Mr. remove in an attempt to kill Orla? The water, Your Honor! Don't tell me you're trying to claim he tried to kill... He tried to kill the orca by draining the pool water. That's exactly what I'm claiming. To help the defendant with the cleaning, Merlin Rhymes took charge of Orla. With the plan to kill Orla in the show pool. And because the pool water was drained, it made it possible for Jack Shipley to fall to his death in the show pool. I tried to kill the orca, you say? Can you even prove that there was another drop in the water in the pool? That day I was simply looking after the orca. Why would I have the monstrous thought of killing it? Because that's the only thought that's been going through your brain for the past year or something? You claim you were looking after Orla in the early mornings of the hours of July 20th. But I don't think you were doing a very good job of it. After all, Orla wasn't giving anything to eat during that time. How would you know such a thing? Because of Dr. Krabs's illegal machine. I know this because of Orla's record here in the torpedo data system. This system continuously kept record data on the subject's monitors. From Orla's records, we can tell exactly when she ate or didn't eat. Sink me! Nobody ever told me about that dastardly contraption. Of course, so you guys wouldn't have to deal with the legal repercussions of it. Only a few of the ship-shape aquarium staff knew about the system. According to Orla's record, she never ate in those early morning hours of the 20th. You planned to kill Orla, and that's why you didn't feed her. Silence. You're wasting time. What proof do you have of that? Perhaps the orca simply wasn't hungry. Ah! He's right. I don't have any proof. If Orla simply didn't eat, then why would it create an inconsistency? Where did her fish go? Her fish? Good question. Where did it disappear to? Fish. What does it matter? What relevance does it have to the case? Cease the stalling with inconsequential questions. Stop diving into the depths of the orca's stomach and dive into the case instead. But wait. Not a minute this time? We're not waiting a minute this time, Phoenix? It may seem like a small inconsistency, but it's an issue of great importance, I think. What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? How could the fish disappear? Somebody must have eaten it. Rifle did. So who came to the show stage and ate Orla's fish? I think I might have a pretty good idea. I believe there must have been a visitor to the stage show that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice. Visitor? Are you trying to introduce yet another suspect at this 11th hour? If you utter more of your careless remarks, Taka won't look favorable upon it. I don't plan to utter any careless remarks. Whether my remarks will actually be related to the case or not, I don't know yet. Don't worry, boss. If Taka comes this way, I'll fend him off. But do try to keep your remarks careful. Somehow Orla's fish disappeared. Somebody must have visited the stage show, but who? Rifle! I believe Rifle, the penguin, visited the stage show. First the orca, and now a penguin? Why would you be saying such things, Mr. Lawyer? I didn't see Rifle during the early morning hours. Did you have any proof that Rifle visited the stage show? If you be a lawyer of any sort, show me your evidence. The penguin did not steal the One Piece! There is no One Piece! Wait, did I... The bottom of Rifle feet were pink for some reason. That fact is a clue that Rifle was indeed at the stage show. I have to present that piece of evidence that connects Rifle to the stage show. Now to prove that I'm a lawyer of worth my salt. This is proof that Rifle visited the stage show. Oh my! What a cute little sign! Look at all those adorable stars! Those stars are actually starfish, Miss Swashbuckler. Miss Buckler painted this sign. In the early morning hours of the 20th, she left the sign at the stage show to dry. Mr. Rhymes kept an eye on it for Miss Buckler while the paint was drying. Yeah, that'd be true. But what would be your point? On the sign is proof that Rifle visited the stage show. Proof of the penguin's visit? I'm afraid I don't see it. Where is this proof that the penguin visited the stage show? Please point it out. I mean, I could put any B either. A couple of pink starfish are shaped a little differently than the others. Ah, you're right. They almost look like little leaves. Rifle had a pink paint on the bottom of her feet. These little leaf-like shapes on the sign are actually Rifle's footprints. Rifle made these footprints by walking on the sign before it was dry. Ho ho! What a cute little pink penguin prints. So they are footprints. What of them? Marlon Rhymes was watching over this sign at the stage show while the paint dried, and during that time, the penguin paid a visit. According to the torpedo data system, we know that Rifle ate something at the morning of the 20th. Most likely, Rifle ate the fish meant for Orla that was at the stage show. How many times do I have to tell you? The One Piece is not real! There is no One Piece! But God, Rifle ate Orla's fish? Who'd be used to say Rifle ate Orla's fish? She could have picked up food anywhere. But that doesn't change the fact that I was really at the stage show. I don't know where the One Piece is, if it is even real. It's not real! Give up your balderdash of the One Piece! I'll strike you down where you stand! The witness claims he never saw the penguin. How do you explain this contradiction? Both Mr. Rhymes and Rifle were at the show stage, but Mr. Rhymes didn't see her. So where could Mr. Rhymes have been at this time? Right, don't know. If you aren't up to the task. There is no One Piece. If I leave it to Prosecutor Blackwell, Sasha will be declared guilty. I can't let him interrupt this line of reasoning. Mr. Wright, let's try to figure out how things looked when Rifle came to the stage show. It's for keep bringing up the One Piece. That's why. I have to mod you again. Stop bringing up the One Piece and maybe next time you won't get timed out. We're not talking about the One Piece. There is no One Piece. Mr. Rhymes is at the stage show. Keep an eye on Orla and that sign. And we know it must be true because he helped move the skull rock. And then Rifle came in and walked over the sign. But wouldn't Mr. Rhymes notice if he was right there? Well, let's think about where Mr. Rhymes could have been. Is there a place in the stage show that will... Is there a place in the show stage area from which Rifle couldn't have been seen? The letter. What? Inside the pool? But you're right. If he was inside the pool, he wouldn't have noticed the Rifle. So you're saying Mr. Rhymes was underwater the whole time Rifle was eating? No, not underwater. When I think about what he was trying to do, the answer is clear. Now that I'm finally starting to get the whole picture. Just like yesterday. Must you two always be whispering to each other? Why don't you admit that you're resorting to a penguin? Resorting to a penguin will get you nowhere. Oh, I don't know about that. The fact that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice Rifle is such a small inconsistency. But it's a key point that proves Mr. Rhymes was what Mr. Rhymes was trying to do. The penguin is a key point. Hey, you're talking to somebody who brought a parrot up to the stand once to testify. The show stage is very deep. If Rifle came to visit while Mr. Rhymes was at the bottom of this pool, he would never have noticed Rifle. Arg! Orcas can be out of the water for a short time without sustaining damage. But if they're out of the water for a long time, they're weakened and eventually die. In order to kill Orla, Mr. Rhymes had to drain the pool. And while the pool was drained of water, Mr. Shipley fell to his death. The show stage pool is about 65 feet deep, just like the Orca pool. Without water in the pool, a person could have be made to fall 65 feet. Mr. Rhymes probably wondered what to do. If he continued with his plan to kill Orla, how would he dispose of Mr. Shipley's body? So he devised a plan to kill two birds with one stone. What? How? Mr. Rhymes went down to the bottom of the pool and put the victim's body in the rock. Then he had Miss Buckler move the rock and the body together. Silence. And the witness made the defendant do this somehow without arousing her suspicion. That's right. Mr. Shipley told Mr. Buckler that she couldn't perform in the new show. Miss Buckler became upset and wanted to switch back to the old version of the show. So Mr. Rhymes conveniently suggested that she takes and hides the prop for the new show. Mr. Rhymes then manipulated Orla using her singing and lifesaver tricks. He schemed to have Orla find the body while Mr. Plume would be standing witness. He saddled Orla into false charges of murder so that Orla would be put down. What? Arg! Yarg! So the fact that the witness didn't see the penguin shows that when Rifle visited the stage show, Rhymes was putting the body in the rock at the bottom of the pool. That is, who would have saw the presence of a penguin could prove the witness's actions. It's working. Just a little further now, and Sasha will be proven not guilty. Silence. If you think you've won this battle, you're sorely mistaken. Your theory is based on the notion that the witness couldn't manipulate the orca. Witness, can you control the orca's actions? Of course not. What kind of bodge be that? I be but a simple animal keeper. If my memory serves, wasn't Miss Buckler the only one who could issue commands to the orca? Ugh! Orla performs one trick per signal. She can't do two at a time. But that used to say something about anyone could do it if they knew the right signals. It could be possible that at some point Azura showed. The judge's blade is sharper than the lawyer's. If you wish to do battle with a witness, you need a honed blade. Where's your sword of evidence that Marlon Rhymes could manipulate the orca? Ah! Rhymes has to manipulate Orla in order to finish his plan, for his plan to work. But how can I prove it? Well, it appears the line of reasoning has come unsustainable. Well, it appears that I was mistaken. Sina? I have analyzed the hearts of all kinds of people. I have enough experience to see when I look in your heart that you haven't given up. I don't know, to be fair, I don't know the meaning of the words. So that objection was my way of speaking up for your heart. She's right. Why would I become a lawyer again only to give up? I have to keep fighting. Asina, thank you. With your help, I remembered the whole right way. The right way. Your Honor, I am not finished presenting my argument. Do you have anything else to ask the witness? You cross-examined all witnesses and presented all your evidence. Have I presented all my evidence? I haven't shown this yet. Is this just my lame excuse to watch this again? Yes.
Captain Orla, you made it just in time.
We pirates, we love to sail the seven seas. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as free can be. Since the storms and waves is all because you see grand treasure and adventure waiting just for me. Okay, then. We do have one piece of evidence left. All the witnesses? I don't think so. I haven't cross-examined the most important one of them all. The central figure in both cases. I need to cross-examine the orca! The central figure. The only one involved in not only a case a year ago, but this current case too. I never called her as a witness, but it's time to do so now. Who are you talking about? I demand you to tell the court immediately. Who is this central figure in both cases? The defense calls the central figure in both cases Orla the Orca! You intend to cross-examine an orca? Cross-examine an orca? You must be ample. It'd be impossible, I say.
Silence.
This is absurdities beyond the pale. How do you expect to question an orca, a creature incapable of speech? Orla is instinctively involved in this case, and I have every right to cross-examine her. Besides, even if she can't speak, I think cross-examining her will be invaluable. Very well, do what you will then. But if you fail to gather anything from this little exercise with the orca, I hope you realize that your reward efforts will be the defendant's guilty verdict. I'm ready and confident. Leave it up to Phoenix Wright to call animals to the call animals to the fucking witness stand. Leave it to Phoenix Wright. So, crossing and examining Orla, huh? That was a bold move, boss. Now all we have to do is figure out how Mr. Rhymes manipulated Orla. That's right. Now it's Orla's turn to help us save Sasha. An orca defendant, yes. An orca defendant yesterday. An orca witness today. This is truly unprecedented. Well, you know, Your Honor, I'm an unprecedented lawyer. But even though this is highly unusual, I am prepared to allow it. Bailiff, ready to witness the telecast. We'll have a 10-minute recess while the telecast is being set up. Yes, I would like to save my progress. Yes, I would like to continue. July 22nd, 11:20 a.m. District Court, courtroom number, defendant lobby number 5. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Leave it to you to think of something like calling Orla, Mr. Wright. Well, she's the only one who knows all the answers, after all. I just talked to Pearls, and she said Orla seems to be feeling fine. Now we have to try and figure out how Mr. Rhymes manipulated Aura. If we put Mr. Rhymes and Orla together, maybe we can get some kind of clue. And I can't forget about that strange set of prints of Rhymes earlier. I really appreciate you trying to save both Orla and me. I had no idea Marlon hated Orla like that. I feel like I've been shocked by a torpedo ray. Of course he would hate the killer whale that murdered his girlfriend right in front of him. Oh, Mr. Bloom! You've been watching the trial? Oh, yes. I came to make a declaration of war. A declaration of war? Please don't be against me. Please don't be against me. No matter what the results of today's trial, I will report the truth in my new book. Even if that truth goes against what I wrote in the Killer Whale. I don't know what the truth is. Not even about what happened a year ago. Dr. Crab? Azuriel died right in front of my eyes. In the middle of a pirate show, she suddenly fell from the orca's back and began to thrash around in pain. The orca was singing a song and then started headbutting Azuriel over and over. Finally, the orca took Orla in her mouth and brought her to the side of the pool. Just before she died, Azula was holding her chest in obvious pain. It was her heart condition. She was holding her chest. Wait a minute. Could it be? I don't think Orla was to blame for the incident a year ago either. What? I think the cause of Miss Summers' death might have been her heart condition. Heart condition? What heart condition? I never heard anything about it. Miss Summers had a prescription in a clinic for a heart condition. The orca didn't kill her. I think it's possible that her heart condition did. What? Azula had a heart condition too? I guess she hid it from everybody. Just like I did. So that means the orca was innocent a year ago too? It's just a theory, but I think the orca headbutted Orza to check on her. And then it did the lifesaver trick to rescue her. So there was no need to put the orca down after all? So you really did intend to put Orla down? No, Jack and I were against such a thing from the start. But you said you were going to euthanize the orca! Yeah, I've been wondering about that. Dr. Crab, about this capsule. It's not a poison, but a sleeping drug, right? Yeah, that's right. Even if Orla attacks someone, or even if the center of dangerous animal controls demand she be put down, I never had any intention of killing her. I would use sleeping pills to make it look like she was dead and then set her free. Ah, so he was gonna free Willy her! That's why I purchased so many sleeping capsules. Oh, that's why! I never considered the possibility that the poor woman's death was an illness. She seems pretty disturbed to be wrong. I simply want to know the truth. That is why I will tell you who my client is. The day I witnessed the owner's death, I was there at the request of the animal keeper. Marlon Rhymes? That is correct. That day, my client called me to investigate the orca pool. He must have wanted you to witness what Orla was going to do. Why did you decide to tell us this? My desires to protect my client was standing in the way of the truth. I couldn't allow that. I'll be watching to see how this all unfolds. Good luck to you, blue and yellow duo. Will you finally learn our names? Well, that was quite a bombshell she just dropped, and so casually, too. That woman really is a free spirit. Do you remember what you said yesterday, Mr. Lawyer? I said a lot of things yesterday. That you'd expose any secret if it would help save Sasha. I remember. It's my duty as a lawyer. Well, I just wanted you to know that I don't blame you for exposing the aquarium secret. It may put me in the hot water, but if it helps save the orca, let me clue you on another secret. Focus on the orca song. The orca song, huh? What could he be hinting at? Oh, Mr. Wright! Looks like it's time. Alright, let's go back in. You got it, boss. We're gonna go in there and save Sasha and Orla together. The court will now reconvene. This witness, Orla Shipley, commonly known as Orla, is ready. Well, the orca is present, but I highly doubt she'll understand what's going on. Ho ho! Just as adorable as yesterday. I distinctly remember you being afraid of her on several occasions. Now then, Mr. Wright, how do you propose to cross-examine the witness? I intend to have the young lady there with Orla help me. Hello, everyone! That young lady? Didn't I meet her once before, a long time ago? Multiple times, Your Honor! Thank you very much! Yes, that's Pearl Fay, my old friend. Well, well, didn't she grow up to be a lovely young lady? Ugh! I have no interest in this chit-chat. On with the cross-examination. Mr. Wright, this is all your fault. Why are you dawdling? You're the one who asked the question, Your Honor! How is this my fault? The court will now hear the testimony of Orla Shipley. I can't believe we're doing this. We're doing this. We are cross-examining a fucking orca. I mean, I could see this if this was like Tyrion Colbert, but this isn't. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Do you seriously intend to cross-examine this orca? Well, she is a key witness for the defense, after all, sir. Every time you come to my courtroom, you open my eyes to a new way of thinking. It appears this will be another one of those times. Thank you, Your Honor. It's greatly appreciated. Yes, he's given me the go-ahead. I'd now like to put the witness and Mr. Rhymes together to see how he manipulated the orca. Hopefully Orla will have some kind of reaction. Ah, fine by me, but not will help it, I tell ye. Mr. Rhymes is right. Nothing happened. I guess I shouldn't have expected it to be so easy. How did he manipulate her? Right, Dono. I hope you realize that if you can't prove this with this cross-examination, how Rhymes controlled the orca, your defendant will be declared guilty immediately. Yes, I realize that. This is my last chance. I have to figure out how Rhymes commanded the Orla to do her tricks. Please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Mr. Shipley, I'm afraid Fet is not going to get us anywhere. This is your plan of action. You're incapable of interpreting an orca's speech. This entire exercise is folly. You leave the interpretations of Orla's heart to me. All right, girl. What do you gotta say? Let me hear it. Oh, Orla, you're so cute. Right, Dono. Surely you don't intend to continue with this facade. I do. Miss Shipley, please continue with your testimony. Could you interpret that for the court, Miss Sykes? Whoosh! I'm getting a strong reading of happiness. Maybe she thinks she's doing a show. I demand serious witness testimony. This is no time for fun and games. If you continue with this mockery, I will subject you to 40 lashes with a wet fish. Not a wet noodle? That just sounds fishy. Hey, speaking from experience, anything is better. Hey, speaking from experience, anything is better than 40 lashes from a whip. You just had to bring up Francesca, didn't you, Wright? The defense will plead caution its witness conduct herself with priority. Instead of impersonating one orca band, could you show us the lifesaver trick? I guess Orla won't do what you want unless you give her the proper signal. Ooh, doesn't Orla sing beautifully? Taka's singing voice is much more medically clear. Meh. Neither one should quit their day job. Okay, mister. I was a pianist who couldn't play the piano for 8 years? Okay, mister. Please continue your testimony, Miss Shipley. Miss Shipley seems to want to communicate something. Perhaps she's hungry. Miss Faye, could you give Miss Shipley a snack? Certainly. One moment. What a heartwarming scene. It reminds me of my granddaughter with her pet. Wow, your granddaughter must have a pretty large pet. Stop all this pet paddling and get on with the cross-examination. But she's such an adorable creature. I never get tired of looking at her. Neither do I, Your Honor. Neither do I. Silence. I, on the other hand, had more than my fill of this tomfoolery. Enough is enough. It sounds like Prosecutor Blackquill is about to blow his top. What should I do? Should I continue the cross-examination? Continue. But I'm not finished with my cross-examination. You have just about exhausted my patience, right, Dono? Mr. Wright, please finish as quickly as you can. Yes, Your Honor. But I'm not really sure how to continue to tell the truth. Mr. Rhymes has to command Orla somehow. Do we have anything in evidence that he could have used? It's Orla. It's not like I can present evidence that contradicts a particular statement. Guess it doesn't matter which statement. What could we use to command Orla? Oh yeah, duh! I could just use that one piece the entire time. Not the one piece. Get your mind out of there, Madcap. Sasha told me an interesting story about Miss Summers. Azora used to send her boyfriends videos of herself teaching Yorka tricks. I used to help Azora take videos on her TV phone. Most likely Mr. Rhymes still has these videos of Miss Summers. Miss Faye, could I ask you for your help? Of course, Mr. Nick. What is it? You're using Mr. Rhymes' TV phone, correct? I'd like you to examine it for me. Please look for videos of Azuna Summering issuing whistle commands to Orla. Videos? I'm not too sure how to do that, but I'll give it a try. My apologies to Marlin. Right, Dono? What are you up to? You'll see in a moment, if pros can find the videos for me. Mr. Nick! I found them! I found the videos like you described. You did? Thank you, Miss Faye. Just as I expected. How did Marlin Rhymes get Orla to do those tricks? I will now show you. With Mr. Rhymes' cell phone. His cell phone? Are you implying he used an app? Miss Faye, if you can see if you can issue Orla a command. Me? Can I do such a thing? You might be able to if you play a video with the whistle signal in it. If there's a video of the lifesaver trick, please play that. Before you do, though, please put the practice dummy in the pool. The practice dummy? Alright. Here it goes. There. It sinks to the bottom. Now, I'll play a video. Orla's diving down, heading straight for the dummy. What a smart girl you are, Orla. The lightsaber trick was a complete success, Mr. Nick. Thank you, Miss Faye. You were a big help. Now I have proof. Unbelievable. You actually pulled it off. That was the lifesaver trick we saw yesterday. Is Miss Faye the Orca trainer now? No, Your Honor. I'll explain it after we try one more trick. Now let's see if we can command Orla to do the singing trick. Miss Faye, if there's a video on the singing trick, please play that. Certainly. Let's see. Is it this video? But set to see. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as free can be. We swim to the ocean just to follow, cause you secret treasure and adventure's waiting just for me. Sorry, I had to sing. Oh my, isn't she wonderful? That was the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. Ho ho! What a lovely singing voice. It wasn't bad. By the way, how did Miss Faye give the Orca those commands? Mr. Rhymes has something on his phone that his girlfriend Azura Summer sent him. There are videos of Miss Summer issuing commands to Orla with a whistle. If they have Orla listen to the sounds of these signals, anyone at all could command Orla. Oh my, anyone at all? Yes, I believe so, Your Honor. All they have to do is play those videos. Mr. Wright, please submit those videos as evidence. I'm getting the sneaking suspicion the judge just wants to try it out for himself. Miss Faye, could you send those videos to the TV phone here? All right, certainly. Got him. All right, I'll try playing one. So this was the training session a year ago, huh? But wait a minute. There's something about that song that bothers me. If the Orca can be commanded using videos on a cell phone, then that means Orla Rhymes could have manipulated the creature. Urgh. Mr. Rhymes, you can't talk your way out of this now. I have to commend you. That was very good proof. I can see Marlin Rhymes could have manipulated the Orca. But isn't it true that the defendant could have done it as well. As she would have to do is the whistle. The whistle she knows how to use so well. And she wouldn't have to use those videos. Surely you admit it's a possibility. She could have easily had Norma de Plume witness the singing and the lifesaver trick. So he's trying to argue it was equally possible for Sasha as for his rhymes, was he? But is that true? Let me think about that for a minute. That's right. Those weren't just simple cries. It was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It kept headbutting while it sang the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. The culprit made sure that Miss de Plume heard the song and the lifesaver trick. Could Sasha have shown these two tricks to the witness? No, I don't think Miss Buckler could have created the same conditions as the culprit. You challenged me to battle. I hope your sword is sharpened. Let's see those sword skills of yours. Don't you worry. My sword is drawn and ready. My sword is evidence that the two tricks couldn't have been shown at the same time. Miss de Plume said that in her testimony that she witnessed the two tricks at the same time. However, that fact is inconsistent with how Orla performs tricks. How Orla performs tricks? What are you talking about? Orla can't perform two tricks at once. She performs only one trick per whistle signal. That's how she's been trained. In other words, it would be just like with a dog. If you tell him to both sit and shake, he won't do them at the same time. Am I understanding it correctly? Yes, that's the idea, Your Honor. I wonder if the judge has a dog. What a facade. So you're saying that the witness somehow managed to produce an impossible scenario. Arg, if that creature's own trainer couldn't do it, then how could I? Yes, it's a mystery, isn't it? But boss, you don't have to agree so cheerfully. The defense is claiming that Marlon Rhymes manipulated the Orca. But if you cannot explain fully how this was done, your argument doesn't hold water. Two videos at once, baby! If you can't straighten out your own theory, would you like me to straighten you out? No thanks. No thank you. So Orla can't do two tricks at the same time, but Mr. Plume saw her do it. This logical inconsistency means that there's a flaw somewhere. Was Mr. Plume lying? Or is it not true that Orla can't do two tricks at a time? But Mr. Plume had no reason to lie about such a thing. If it's really impossible for Orla to perform two tricks at once, then maybe either of the lifesaver trick or the singing trick was faked? Faked. Yes, maybe Orla was only performing one of those tricks, but it wasn't made to look like she performed two.
Silence.
Maybe. How do you expect to conduct a sword battle with Concher? Sounds like I better present some evidence here and fast. Although I'm certain of your pursuit sweating, Mr. Wright, allow me to ask you. Which of these two faked the song? The defense wishes to argue that the singing trick was faked. And one on Rugrats, you base your assertion on the singing trick was faked. That item proves the singing trick was faked? No, Your Honor. This piece of evidence will not prove that. In other words, this piece of evidence is a fake out. And if this evidence is a fake out, then the singing trick was a fake out as well. Boss, I don't think that makes any sense. Momentum is key at times like these. I can't hear every word you're saying, Mr. Wright. I'm still confident it was the singing trick that was faked. Wasn't somebody looking at something and saying the song were different? Oh, do we present the Swashbuckler video? This is a recording of a recent Swashbuckler spectacular. In this recording, Orla sings the same song she sang for Miss Faye earlier. But Mr. Plume said this song is different from the one that was sung a year ago. The song that is different. Please listen to the song in the video from a year ago that was sent to this cell phone. Yes, it sounds quite different from the song Orla sang for Miss Faye earlier. And yet this is the same video Miss Faye used to command Orla to sing. By having Mr. Plume listen to the song recorded on the cell phone video that day, the true culprit made Mr. Plume think Orla was singing the song from a year ago. Only Marlon Rhyme, the owner of the cell phone videos, could have done this. But Miss Plume said she heard the orca singing right in front of her. How do you claim that he made her sing that? How was that song recorded? The song recording played? I intend to explain that too, of course. What? The answer lies somewhere in the orca pool's visitor corridor. Mr. Plume heard the song while she was in the orca pool's visitor corridor. There's a speaker in that corridor so visitors can hear the orca sounds. And you claim the song was played from that speaker. How? Here, how's Rhyme played the song over the speaker in the visitor's corridor? Mr. Rhymes could have broadcast the song in the video to the speaker by using a walkie-talkie. He could have got Orla to do that trick by letting her hear Miss Summer's whistle signal too. He played the singing through the speaker and made Orla do the lifesaver trick. All of this was the doing of the true culprit, Marlon Rhymes. Gah! This is what you did, isn't it, Mr. Rhymes? You didn't! Now we can save both Sasha and Orla. Just live with the Captain Wright, swashbuckling lawyers, to win any case. I don't remember agreeing to that name. So it actually was possible for Mr. Rhymes to manipulate the orca. I am stunned. I see we'll hear more from this witness. Mr. Rhymes, it is time for you to tell the court the truth. So I used the walkie-talkie, you say? Ah, sorry, but you're dead wrong, me bucko. It's impossible, says I. Well, what do you mean, impossible? I shall sing you a little shanty, dusting your scurvy Siri. Yar, hark ye well now. This is Singer Phoenix Wright. Yo! Walkie-talkie be broke for real, Mr. Lawyer. Freestyle got no appeal. Broke the plume for the scene. Broke right to could you ever dream. Legit goof steering off the time. That Oka don't listen to me. Kill the captain, you so cray. That was his testimony, by the way. Here we go again with that flip-flop music. Oh, Your Honor, you're really showing your age, man, sir. Broken? Of all flimsy excuses, this blood sucking was all... The blood suckling, that was uncalled for. You probably broke it on purpose after the fact. Arg, that be untrue, little lassie. Although I can't prove it when it really was. Lucky it be for me, ye lawyers be one who had the proving to do. Ugh. After everything we uncovered, he still won't admit it. He's a murderer. Somehow I still have to prove that he still could have done it. While he's dissing me. Let's get this over with. Mr. Rhymes, are you sure it was your walkie-talkie that was broken? Of course I'd be sure, although it doesn't have me name written on it or anything. But you can't prove it not be me walkie-talkie now, can ye? I never said save Sasha this way. I had to figure out how he got a command to Orla. If Rhymes couldn't get a command to the Orca, your theory crumbles. Everything you've done will go up in the smoke. I be not one the prosecution's side neither, mind ye. The defendant be innocent, says I. But either way, me walkie-talkie was broken, and that be the truth. Broke before their plume was on the steam. Broke before Wright could ever dream. Do you have some way of proving that statement? The burden of proof is on you. If you can't do that, then we can end this cross-examination right now. Ahoy! Yo, yo, yo! Oh! Proof that it's broke. Broke that you a joke. Like for even a second, you got no joke. Right? Ain't even press. I want to press on every word. Nope. It's just gonna be you're gonna front then bring the pain, or stop walking and walk away in shame. Ooh, he makes me so mad. We gotta come up with our own freestyle, boss. Let's give him back his evidence instead, shall we? No singing. Witness, please continue your testimony without the walkie-talkie. You made a big blunder. What happened? After I helped Sasha with the cleaning, I dropped it by accident and broke it. You wish to see it? I still have it with me. It doesn't indeed appear to be broken. With me walkie-talkie broken, there's no way I could have done what he said. I couldn't have given Orla any commands. Ooh, your walkie-talkie broke. Isn't that just so convenient? Mr. Rhymes, I think you broke it on purpose. Miss Lawyer, none of your false accusations, if you please. I broke it on purpose. Will you be your proof? I don't have any proof. If his walkie-talkie was broken, it throws a monkey wrench into my whole theory. When he left Pearls to borrow his cell phone so casually yesterday, he must have already been confident I wouldn't be able to prove anything. Yaha! You're never getting me to agree that Pox Orca be innocent. If that be not to be done about her, she'll get Sasha one day too. The Orca killed the captain. If it weren't me. So you intend to continue to claim that the defendant is innocent, do you? But I won't stand for that. Now then, Wright Dono, what is your next move? Your Honor, I would like to examine that walkie-talkie if you don't mind. Certainly. Here you are. Let's see if there's any way to tell when the walkie-talkie was broken. He gave Orla that command when it could have been broken at the time. Huh? Look at these. They look like tooth marks. Hey, you're right. A bite this big. I wonder if it was Orla. Wait. A walkie-talkie with tooth marks? This is Summers. Didn't we hear a story like that just yesterday? It's the walkie-talkie Orla used right up until her death. In the middle of a show, the Orca brought Orla to the surface in her mouth. She left tooth marks in Azor's walkie-talkie. The captain said she always kept that walkie-talkie with him so he'd never forget. Rhyme said that walkie-talkie was his. But could it be? Not about it, don't you agree? Ah, time to give it up, Mr. Lawyer. Forget the Orca. Just say Sasha, says I. I can't do that. Now I'm finally a lawyer. Now that I'm finally a lawyer again, you're forgetting one key detail, Marlon. That Orca was my client yesterday. How could I hold my head up if I made my client so miserable? Ah, like a stubborn one, be. There could have been some other way besides the walkie-talkie to issue the command.
Silence.
Yes. Yuriko would have received a signal from the defendant's whistle. Is that the point you're trying to concede?
Objection.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Some other way besides the whistle. Oh god. Rotten lawyer back, yeah, I samurai. Time for a freestyle drive. Sasha's legit, that's the truth. Orca is guilty, you gotta admit. Yeah, I gotta stop rapping, man. I tell you, be the Orca's doing. If y'all don't be late this special, I'll shout Destinies with some raps. I believe you're already been doing that. I mean, this whole witness testimony is literally called the dissing of Phoenix Wright. We tried pressing him, but that didn't change anything. Oh, I don't know about that. His statement might not have changed, but the meaning of one of them may have. Really? You caught something? And that one statement just might be the breakthrough we need.
Objection.
Nope, wrong statement. Probably the one that I probably...
Objection.
Nope. Alright. Mr. Wright, I think I have something here. You said something wrong with the testimony? That's right. Let me show you which statement I thought was strange. Thanks. That would be a big help. And I'll just have to compare it with the evidence of this, with the statement she shows me. Okay, so it is the first one. So it is actually wrong.
Objection.
Nope. Nope. That's all we have. Let's just make sure we go through everything real quick first.
Hold it!
Because I know it's the first statement that's the same. Darn, it's broken. It doesn't seem to work. I wonder what would happen if I thumped it. Hey, it's not an old TV, you know. Please don't try to break it any further. Let's keep looking. Okay. Oh!
Objection!
Yeah, because he doesn't have his walkie. The walkie-talkie that the witness brought with him to court today may have been stolen from the victim, Jack Shipley. Our aquarium may look like a band of pirates, but savory? Ah! According to the defendant's statements, Miss Shipley talked to her on his walkie-talkie before his death. However, no walkie-talkie was found near the victim's body. Ah, methinks the police just didn't look hard enough. Besides, the captain's walkie-talkie wasn't broken. That'd be not right. So his walkie-talkie had nothing to do with mine. I'm not so sure that's true. The victim fell to his death. That's quite possibility. His walkie-talkie broke out in the fall. You stole the walkie-talkie after the victim's death, didn't you, Mr. Rhymes?
Silence.
I will not allow such leading questions, Miss Wright Dono. If you claim the walkie-talkie belonged to the victim, show me your evidence. Certainly, I plan on doing just that. Please look at the tooth marks here on the walkie-talkie. Tooth marks? Ah, yes, I see them. The victim's walkie-talkie was the keepsake that used to belong to Azora Summer, who died a year ago. Those tooth marks were left by Orla when she carried Miss Summers in her mouth. If this is Mr. Shipley's walkie-talkie, then Mr. Rhymes' walkie-talkie is still unaccounted for, which means he could have used it to command the Orca after all. And that's not all, Your Honor. The only one who could have taken the victim's walkie-talkie is the culprit himself. Arg. The fact that Marlon Rhymes has had the victim's walkie-talkie is proof that he murdered Jack Shipley. Thank me. Not so fast, Mr. Lawyer. What? He still won't admit it? This walkie-talkie be mine, I say. Now how do you explain the tooth marks on it? I had many runs-in with that orca myself, yar. She bit me more than once, and me walkie-talkie too. Evidence of our farts are carved here into my body. My goodness, I can clearly see those tooth marks in your skin. What? Are those scar marks really from being bitten by Orla? They seem a little big to be from Orla. Ahoy! Yo, yo, ho! You want answers? I got some meat! These scars are from Orla? That's right. Them girl can put a nasty up a messy fight. That orca bite me left in scars and had to rep to protect, so I went in hard. So, Mr. Lawyer, I wouldn't just being frank. And Orla, heh, you got that blink. I can't let him run this show. I have to find a way to prove that the walkie-talkie belonged to the victim. And you can't forget about the fingerprints. I always keep me walkie-talkie clean and polished. This man has everything worked out before he took the stand. I won't give up. There has to be a way. Mr. Wright, I found something interesting. The tooth marks on the walkie-talkie. Notice anything funny about them? Funny? Funny how? Something's different about them compared to the other tooth marks we've seen. The only ones I remember are the ones on the practice dummy. It's just a tiny difference. It might not even mean anything. Right now, we need to consider every possibility we can, no matter how small. If I can figure out what's different about the bite marks, maybe I can somehow prove Rhymes' walkie-talkie actually belonged to the victim. Think, Phoenix. You can turn everything around right here, right now. Time to review the facts we have so far. Well, the intent killing of Orca, Rhymes drained the show's sage pool. But Rhymes failed to kill Orla, so instead he tried to pin the Shapley's murder on Orla. In order to manipulate Orla, Rhymes must have used a cell phone and a walkie-talkie. But the walkie-talkie Rhymes has is broken. I think the victim's walkie-talkie is the one he kept as a memento of Azura Summers. I have to find a way to prove that it's indeed the victim's walkie-talkie. Which piece of evidence on the... We have two pieces of evidence with tooth marks, the walkie-talkie and the dummy. What's striking about these two pieces of evidence? When I look closely, I see two different bite mark patterns. Two variations, huh? Wasn't there a trick of Orla's that had two different variations as well? Oh, wait. I don't think that's right. There's only one lifesaver trick. At this point, which can you... A year ago, the Orca song and the teeth marks were different than what they are now. What could be the cause of these two inconsistencies? What's behind... What's the difference? The fact that the tooth markings in the song were different a year ago. No, if she learned a new song, that would go against bias for my whole theory. Orla can only sing one song. And I can't start second guessing everything now. I need to think of them some more. I'm starting to think. There are two different Orcas. The one a year ago and Orla now. If the Orca a year ago wasn't Orla, it means the bite marks on the walkie-talkies isn't Orla's, like Rhymes said it was. Now I can finally prove the walkie-talkie belonged to the victim. Mr. Wright, you appear to be lost in thought there. Is everything all right? I just realized something astonishing, Your Honor. Your face is what's astonishing, right, Dono? Your rudeness is what's astonishing, Prosecutor Blackwell. And what is this astonishing thing you realized? Until just now, I thought the Orca at the Shapeshift Aquarium a year ago and Orla were the same Orca. However, the two inconsistencies led me to a new fact. And that fact is that there might be 2 Orla Shipleys. What? 2 different orcas? But that's impossible. Order in the court. Explain yourself. What is this basis of this preposterous claim? The orca show song a year ago and the one now are different. I believe it's because the orca a year ago was a different orca. 2 different orcas, 2 different songs. It explains the whole show song contradiction. What does that be while they're talk? I don't understand. I'm talking about the truth that will finally catch you in your lies. You claim that the tooth marks on the walkie-talkies were Orla's, but that's not true. The 2 different bite mark patterns on the walkie-talkie and the dummy proves this. What? 2 different patterns, you say?
Silence.
While I can see that there's a possibility of that, 2 orcas exist. Bite marks alone do not prove enough. I want more conclusive evidence. Alright, I will show you conclusive evidence then. So he wants to see other bite marks, does he? The orca a year ago and Orla have different songs and different teeth. I don't have 2 videos on hand that can be... I will now submit 2 videos which the different songs and teeth can be compared. We don't need to watch them. And here's the other. Please compare these 2 videos, one from a year ago and one recent. As discussed, the 2 orcas are singing 2 different songs. Please also pay attention to the special appearance of the 2 orcas' teeth. How exactly do you claim their teeth are different? Let's look for the shot in the 2 videos where the orca's teeth are shown. This is Orla in the recent video of the Swashbuckler Spectacular Pirate Show. As you can see, she has all of her teeth. What a healthy smile she has. I'm a bit envious. Next looks like the TV phone video from a year ago. Just as I thought, the teeth are different. Oh, I believe the smile looks a little different from the one we saw a moment ago. As you can see, the orca from a year ago has 1 tooth that's broken off. If the teeth are different, then... Yes, then the teeth are different. They, of course, leave different bite mark patterns. One on the practice dummy, you can see all uniform with uniform pattern with all teeth intact. And the one on the walkie-talkie, you can see that 1 tooth is missing from this pattern. Ah, I see it, just like the smile of the orca in the video last year. Those tooth marks on the walkie-talkie were not made by the orca we know as Orla. They were made a year ago by a different orca. 2 different orcas? I can't believe it. The statement that the tooth marks on the walkie-talkie were from Orla was a lie. The truth is, the walkie-talkie was stolen from the victim, Jack Shipley. And the only person who could have stolen this is the true culprit, Marlon Rhymes. No, you got it all wrong. It be all the fault of that orca. Whoa. Huh? Yar. Y'all got it all wrong. Oh, I'm getting seasick. Blimey! It'd be the orca's fault. This can't be. Yarg. How's it raining in the courtroom? Courtroom 4 hasn't been blown up yet. Once again, I'm too weak to help anybody. Well, it would appear we should hear more from the defendant about Orla Shipley. Swashbuckler. Yes, Captain Judge? Is what Mr. Wright claims true? Are there 2 different orcas? The secret that Shapeship Aquarium was hiding about Orla, wasn't it? Dr. Crab told me to focus on the orca's song. He hinted it would be a clue. Phoenix is right. The one we call Orla is the second Orla Shipley. There's actually used to be 2 orcas at Shipshape Aquarium. I used to call the first Orla Shipley just Orla for short. Orla and Orla are sisters. The captain rescued them both when they got beached on shore, but Orla was in bad shape, and the ship doctor had looked after her for a long time. Both orcas loved the captain, so we decided to keep them at Shapeship Aquarium. Why didn't you say anything about there being 2 orcas? Well, because after the accident a year ago, Orla was put down. What? Orla is dead? Yes, the Center for Dangerous Animals Control demanded it. Apparently the captain and the ship doctor begged them. We put the first one down, so please leave the second one alone, they said. Anyways, after the accident a year ago, the captain told us he was going to put Orla in the pirate show as Orla Shipley. He asked us to keep quiet about Orla's death until the time was right. What a surprising and complex tale. Did all Shapeship Aquarium employees know about this? No, just a select few of us. Mr. Rhymes, did you know about it? Of course not. How would I? Tell me, Mr. Rhymes, did you plan on killing Orla from the start? Yeah, I planned to do so during the cleaning, so I drained the pool. I figured if I didn't do something about the beast, Sasha's life was in danger. Sasha trusted that orca as much as Azura did and wanted to protect her. I couldn't help Azura, so I felt like protecting Sasha was the least I could do. My duty. I built up my strength so I'd be ready to kill the orca, even if I fought the sharks. But the captain realized my plan and tried to save the orca. And that is why you killed Jack Shipley. Ah, now the report from the crime lab has finally makes sense. Report from the crime lab? In court yesterday, you will recall I showed a photo of the victim lying on his back. According to the lab, the bruises on the victim's right wrist was Rhymes' handprint. His handprint? I didn't know how it fit in was the case until I heard Rhymes' story just now, but now we can imagine the reason for it being there. Rhymes must have made it the handprint when he fought with the victim over the orca. A handprint made during a struggle. I don't care what happens to me anymore. I deserve the death penalty. I'm the one that killed the captain. Please give Sasha her not guilty verdict. You accept your defeat well, I see. Let me be your guide. To hell. No, Blackwell. We'll be saving you later, so you can't go dying on us yet. Get on with the verdict, your baldness. It seems this unprecedented trial that began with an orca as the defendant has finally come to a close. Sasha is saved. Orla's going to be so happy. Sasha's not guilty verdict is coming. Why do I still have this strange nagging feeling? Rhymes' handprint on the victim's right wrist. Was it really the result of a deadly struggle over the orca? I can't shake the feeling that handprint has some other hidden meaning. Is this trial going to end without revealing the whole truth? Phoenix, please, let it! Very well. This court finds the defendant, Swashbuckler.
Hold it!
There. Your Honor, please hold off on that verdict. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? I would like to further explore this new evidence that the prosecution just submitted. But what complaint could you have? You're about to get your not guilty verdict. I see no further in prolonging this trial, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, we still don't know the entire truth of this case. This unnatural handprint Mr. Rhymes left on the victim's right wrist. I don't think it was the result of a fight between 2 men. Not the result of a fight. Rhymes is trying to... Wait, hold on. Let me... Then what do you suggest it was? Boss, what are you doing? Don't you remember that evidence we found at the show stage? Evidence? What evidence? The mysterious mark might be the key to understanding this whole case. Your Honor, the defense would like to submit evidence that would expose the truth of this case. A mystery piece of evidence that pairs with Mr. Rhymes' unnatural handprint. Mr. Rhyme left behind a very unusual set of fingerprints at the stage show. In what way are they unusual? They were right-handed prints on the left side of the ladder. If one to grasp the ladder in the same way as the prints, it would look like this. It looks like the ladder is being grasped from above. Exactly, Your Honor. And the handprint on the victim's right wrist shows it was held with a powerful grip. Marlon Rhymes grasped the show ladder in an unnatural pose. If he was gripping the victim's wrist in this position, gripping the victim as a wrist, gripped, then he must have been. It must mean Mr. Rhymes was actually. That's right. If we couple these unnatural handprints with the mysterious fingerprints, we see that Marlon Rhymes was trying to save the victim's life. Well, what? But that can't be. It's impossible. Why don't we ask Mr. Rhymes himself? Yeah. Mr. Rhymes, we want to hear the truth directly from you. I gotta hand it to you, Mr. Lawyer. You got skills. And this is after not having my attorney's badge for 8 years. Why? Why did he have to figure it out? It doesn't matter what happens to me anymore. I'm ready to die. So what is the defense claiming? True? The captain, he found out I drained the show stage pool. He rushed to the side of the pool, frantically to put some water in for the orca. And then he slipped. Captain! Give me your left hand! No, Marlon! You can't fall too! Forgive me, Marlon. I didn't realize what deep pain you were in. But please, please don't blame Orla. It's nobody's fault. Not Orla's. And not yours. Hey! Captain! So, Jack Shipley's death was accidental. Why didn't you tell us that you didn't kill the victim? Because I had no right to live anymore. I'm ready to get the death penalty. The captain died because of me. And then on top of all of it, I used his body to frame Orla. I was gonna kill Orla, so she wasn't even to blame. She didn't do anything wrong. The only thing I can do now is pay for all of it with my life. I can't do anything. I couldn't save the captain. I couldn't avenge Orla's death. Mr. Rhymes, you have the wrong idea about Miss Summer's death. Not even the first Orla Shipley was responsible for her dying. Orla, of her own accord, was trying to save Miss Summer's life. What? What are you talking about? Azora suffered from a heart condition, but she didn't tell anyone, and she performed in the pirate show anyways. She had a heart attack and died before anyone could save her. I'm sure she didn't think Orla attacked her. She didn't think Orla attacked her. There was nothing to avenge. No way. A heart condition? She never said a word about it. Maybe she didn't want you to worry about her. So I wanted to get revenge all this time for nothing. Really? So neither case was a murder. Not a year ago, and not this time either. Your responsibility in this matter is great, but I believe you can be rehabilitated. Marlon, you better come back to Shapeship Aquarium when you're done, Key. Orla and I and everybody will be waiting for you. You still have a lot to offer, Mr. Rhymes. Live your life and never give up, for the sake of those who are gone as well. I promise to make up for what I've done, even if it takes me my whole life. Mr. Wright, Sasha. Thank you. Well, I have seen countless trials, but never one that ended like this. I don't know how, Mr. Wright, but you always seem to manage to turn things around. I think this all excitement has taken a few years off my life. Is that a praise? Or a diss? Now then, this court finds the defendant, Swashbuckler, not guilty. Woo! Now I can take this. Court is now adjourned. July 22nd, 5:11 p.m. Ship-Shape Aquarium. Orca Root Pool. Congratulations on your win! Thank you all for all your help today, Pearls. All I did was have fun with Orla. Oh, Orla, I'm back! Oh, how I missed you, girl. Oh, I'm so happy for you and Orla, Sasha. Everything turned out great. Phoenix, Athena, I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Orla and I are both really grateful. Now I'd be acting out with me gratitude with a little performance, Yog. Miss Orca Lover, don't you think you'd better take care of your health first? Alright, fine. I promise. No more shows until I'm better. I don't want anyone to worry about me after all. Good. I'm glad that's all settled. Hey, buddy, Mr. Lawyer. You just had to bell about every single one of the aquarium's secret, didn't you? Well, it got us the truth, didn't it? I'm sorry, Dr. Crab. Nah, that's alright. I'm glad. Was the goat scream really necessary? Oh yeah, where's your evidence that it was necessary? Well, that's kind of hard to tell. Although, thanks to you, they now know we're using the illegal torpedo system. But I think we'll be able to wiggle out of a serious repercussion somehow. Writer lady is advocating for us, saying that the law is to blame itself. Right here, I don't see anything. That's just another goat scream. That's not evidence. She said she's going to look into getting the law changed. Wow. Go Miss Bliss Bloom. She sure is a powerhouse. There's one thing you didn't figure out, by the way. Keep this to yourself, will you? We don't want it getting out publicly. Remember that appointment I had written down in my calendar? Oh, you mean the meet with the captain at the Orca Pool at 7 a.m.? And, that note meant the Orca Pool of the Supermarine Aquarium, not Shapeshifts. What? Why were you supposed to meet there? Jack and we visited Supermarine Aquarium once monthly. Any idea why? To get dolphin therapy treatment? No, silly! Remember I told you? Jack and I were against putting the Orca down from the start. What? You mean, we just pretended to put the first Orla Shipley down. The Supermarine Aquarium is harboring her for us. What? Oh, so the talk about large sums of money you were paying them. Once a month, the owners in the village disappear from this aquarium. And I came to find out that each time a large amount of money was being paid out. We were paying for Orla's care. You wouldn't believe how many fish orcas eat. Now that's been proven that she's innocent all along. I think we can bring her back soon. Until she keeps it. Until then, keep it under your hat, okay? Huh? What was he telling you about? Oh, nothing much. By the way, Orla wants you to give you her little celebration, celebratory prize. Oh, especially requested that you give it to her, Phoenix. All right, fine. Let's see. What can I give her? Fish. Orla, it's coming a day late, but congratulations on your verdict. Oh my! Aren't you lucky? That's Orla's best trick. The thank you kiss trick. Oh, Orla! I want to be next! And so the curtains fell on my first trial in years. I'm looking forward to the comeback of Sasha and Orla's Swashbuckler Spectacular. After all, I made a comeback of my own as a lawyer. A few months later. Date unknown. Time unknown. Ship-shape aquarium. Entrance. It's been a while since I visited Shape-shape Aquarium. Now that Sasha has recovered from her illness, she's performing today. There's still some time before the show starts. I think I'll wander around a bit. Hey, Phoenix! Hope you enjoyed the show today. The orcas are sighted for and ready to go. Oh, I'm sure I'll enjoy— Wait a minute. Did you say orcas? As in plural? Yep, let me show ya. What? 2 Orlas? Don't tell me. Yep, you caught right. Orla Shipley's the first has returned to Shape-shape Aquarium. We bet the 3 pirate sisters. Zag! We had to put the Squad League led by Red Stash and the Giant Octopus. Well, I don't want to get in the way of for their rehearsal. I guess I better go. Well, if it isn't Blue Boy, did you come for my book signing? Oh, Mr. Plume, there's a book signing? Yes, my new book is just out. It's called Ship-shape Aquarium. Don't pull the plug. The book signing will be held here in this room. After all, the vet owes me a favor. Yes, she got them all approved to use it. She got them to approve the use of the torpedo. I'm grateful. But why does she have to keep coming to my lab to bother me every single day? My next work will be entitled Sniper, the penguin that leaves the nest. Gah, stop this, Connie. What am I supposed to do by carping females? Jeez, Dr. Crab gets all the ladies. I guess I'll leave him to it. What a lady killer he is. I mean, I would. Oops, it's almost time for the show. Where have you been, Daddy? Polly and Lena already went in. While we were waiting, I brought some souvenirs to take back to the village. Sorry to keep you waiting. I bet they'll love your souvenirs back home, Pearls. By the way, I heard a certain someone is going to be in today's show. A certain someone? I wonder who it could be. Oh, it's almost time! The show's just about to start. All right, let's go to the show stage then. I saved you all seats, Mr. Wright. Ooh, I can't believe I get to see the show again. I'm so happy. I want to dive in the pool. You better not. I think that calls security. Y'all welcome to the pool anytime, Asina. But Red Stash is the best swimmer of all. Huh? Who you got playing the Red Stash role? Sasha! Orla and Orla are ready to go. Hey, I know that voice. Yep, you may know it. Marlon is back and he's playing the role of Red Stash. It'd be the new Swashbuckler Spectacular. Hope you enjoy you enjoy it, me buckos. Do we get to see it? That's sad.
Our pirates set sail for bluer seas under a sunnier sky.
We don't get to see the new show!
I set foot into the world of law once more.
I'm sad. We don't get to see the new show! I'm so sad. We don't get to see the new show. Okay, one last thing to do. It's tradition that we always have the ending music play when we finish the game. Because we have it for Attorney Polish Justice, and now we have it for Dual Destiny. To prove that we have finished the game. Because next time we play Ace Attorney, we jump up to Ace Attorney, it will be Spirit of Justice. But that might not be for a little bit. Because for now, we have other adventures to attend to. You know, like puzzles and emotional trauma. So, yes, tomorrow, I believe we'll be doing, I believe tomorrow will be with Dokapon Kingdom Connect. And then Saturday is, I don't know what I want to do yet. So, stay tuned. I might have something to figure out for tomorrow. And then Tuesday, or whenever honestly I get to it, because like I said, I'm going to be a little busy for the next, for a bit. So, we may not have streams every day. Or all the time. So, yeah. Yeah. So, that's all I would want to say for that. And, yeah, I'm gonna close out the game. So that way I can try to find someone to raid. And just, but I'm gonna miss playing. I am gonna miss Dual Destiny. It is definitely my favorite of the mainline games. And it's not my favorite game. That still goes to Prosecutor's Gambit. And unfortunately, I don't have anybody in whom I can write. Unless I look at Discord and maybe see some stuff in Discords of like people I don't technically follow. And I'm not seeing anything of the sort. Unfortunate. So, unfortunately, I'm just gonna send it right here, and, well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. So, bless thee, mateys! We be off to plunder the booty! Good night. I'm sorry, I just had to bust that out once more.